What's the scariest thing you've ever witnessed?
1. Saw something similar in Botswana in 2017, but I didn't actually see it happen. In the middle of nowhere, we came across a car that had obviously flipped multiple times very shortly prior to our arrival. The driver and a passenger from the back were still in the car with seatbelts on, injured but not life-threatening. They were both softly but frantically speaking in Setswana, which I don't speak. About 100 feet in front of the car in the middle of the road was the front seat passenger with only the bottom half of his head remaining. I was in a haze for like a week after seeing that. 2. When I was 13, my dad popping out like 30 sleeping pills in front of me and swallowing all of them in an attempt to off himself. My mom refusing to call an ambulance, and I had to do it. The fire department arriving and keeping my dad awake as he swayed around and fell over and vomited in the yard. Then they took him to the hospital, and my drunk mom decided we should all get in the car and follow him. And then we crashed the car and almost died. I almost lost my whole family in one night. Honestly, haven't thought about that night since I was a teenager still. 3. When I was 15, my sister's boyfriend was living with us. One day he beat the shit out of her while I was the only one home. Thankfully, I share a yard with my grandparents, and when my grandfather heard the screaming, he ran to my house gun in hand and got him away from her and out of the house. The very next day, at like 6 a.m. on a Wednesday, my house was full raided for narcotics. They slammed my sister and mother on the ground, guns pointed, battering ram to the door and all. Turns out her, at this point ex-boyfriend and her, had been selling drugs out of our house. So within 24 hours, I witnessed my sister get the absolute hot dog water beat out of her, then woke up to screaming and had a gun pointed to my head.